We seek him here, we seek him there, never to find is very rare. You can go to any single country in the world and you'll find dedicated followers of Celtic. Yes, you can look in Dublin town, Australia too, or County Down. The Timberloy is found in every street in every town, 'cause he's a dedicated follower of Celtic. Oh yes he is, oh yes he is, oh yes he is, oh yes he is. From County Clare to Singapore or China, America or Canada, you'll find him. He'll never hide his colours, 'cause these colours they don't run, 'cause he's a dedicated follower of Celtic. Oh yes he is, oh yes he is, oh yes he is, oh yes he is. In Germany or Holland and in Norway, in all the towns like Donegal or Marseille, Glasgow town is where he's bound to watch the famous hoops, 'cause he's a dedicated follower of Celtic. Throughout the years we've had our times, 9 in a row with Buckfast wine. 1967 is the year we all love best, 'cause we are dedicated followers of Celtic. The greatest team we've ever seen, the Lisbon Lions with Big Jock Stein. And now a new millennium with Martin on the throne, and he's a dedicated follower of Celtic. Oh yes he is, oh yes he is, oh yes he is, oh yes he is. County Clare to Singapore or China, America or Canada, you'll find him. He'll never hide his colours, 'cause these colours they don't run, 'cause he's a dedicated follower of Celtic. We seek him here, we seek him there, never to find is very rare. You can go to any single country in the world and you'll find dedicated followers of Celtic. Yes, you'll find dedicated followers of Celtic. Yeah, you'll find dedicated followers of Celtic.
You're listening to the Rebel Rebel podcast with Rory Carson. Tasha Vigeshtak, Mission Fod Curly Rebel Rebel, Rory McCarson.
Well, folks, good morning. As Marty has just said, good morning. How you all doing? Thanks very much for tuning in to the big Glasgow derby preview, folks. I know it's a bit earlier than normal, but I would say the match kicks off today at 12 o'clock. So we're going to do a wee preview this morning, because I'm going to be heading straight down to McKennan's Bar as soon as the game finishes. Playing there for a few hours this afternoon, getting all the Rebel and Celtic songs on. So this is your show for the day. This is Rebel Sundays, a wee bit different, but we're here anyway, folks. So thanks very much for tuning in this early. I almost slept in myself this morning after what happened last night. That's another story altogether, so it is. But yeah, cheers, folks. As usual, if you're watching on Facebook, please share the stream for me. If you're part of any Celtic groups, Rebel groups, Irish groups, anything at all, share it in your own stream, share it in your friends' streams. I say because my page has been severely restricted now by Facebook, so it has, and only a certain amount of the massive following I have gets to see my live shows or any of the content I put out. So it's down to all you folks for sharing. So every week you always do. So please share. It'd be much appreciated. If you're watching on YouTube, all you do is copy and paste the link, and you can share on your social medias. And if you're watching on Twitter, folks, please just retweet the stream. it'd be much appreciated. So this is the Rebel podcast. I'm Ro, folks. We do this show every single Sunday, normally from 1 to 4. But obviously today it's a massive game, so it is. We win this game today, and we're 9 points clear, and all but won the league, folks. It would basically mean that we would need to lose all our remaining games by a massive margin. And Rangers would need to win all the remaining games by a big margin as well for them to win their second title. But so it's not going to happen, folks. We're all these cross today. We'll have faith in the big man. So as soon as I get the lineup, I'll get it on the screen for you. So I'll go a few shout-outs, see who have listening so far this morning. Michael Turner over in sunny Worthing. How you doing, Michael? Good man yourself. Is it sunny this morning? Scott Temperley, good morning. Show is being shared on the Bundoran page. Good man yourself. Marty Heaney. Feels strange saying this, but more than all, tell me this, did Holbrook get hold of you yet? I don't know. Marty, he wrote me a video chat last night, like about 2 o'clock this morning. I was on my way home from work, and Stevie rings me. Obviously, half cut, like, sitting in the caravan. But we got a good old yarn, so he said he was going to drive down to your house first thing this morning. Couldn't see it happening, like. Valerie Delaney up early this morning. Valerie, hello from Dublin. Derek as well, thank you very much. Hello, Ro, get it on. Jack Lennon watching on Facebook. Come on the hoops. Jim McCaff watching on YouTube. Morning all hoops. Vote all Sinn Féin. Definitely vote often, vote early, as they say. Marty Kane. Morning, no any chance of playing Bella Ciao? Well, listen, I will play it. I know it'll get me cut off, but sure. What can we do? We'll just start the stream up again, so we'll get that on later on for you, mate, not a problem. Terry Creaney today watching on YouTube. Morning, everyone. Hail, hail. John Heaney is good morning from Londonderry, New Hampshire, USA. I near choked there when I read that out there. Stevie Bonner watching on Facebook this morning. Morning, all. Come on. Let's see who else we have. Joseph McGaw watching on YouTube. Hail, hail. Lee Curry on YouTube. Holbrook's laying in bed, still half cut from last night here. I knew he would be. Hugh McKenna, what is the crack? Hugh Wheeler, how's things? Did you see the fight last night? No, I didn't. I sort of had intentions of sort of staying up for it. I went, what, am I mad? I'm up here this morning so early doing a show, so I was going to do a wee piece on Katie during the show today, so it's like, cannot do the show today without mentioning Katie Taylor. What the fighting Irish, what a sports person. Probably right now the greatest Irish sports person of all time. And you wouldn't even think it. The coverage that she's been getting from our own broadcaster, our own national broadcaster, absolute disgrace. John James watching today on Facebook. Dan Breen is watching from Hope Bridge on YouTube. Good on yourself. Right, so we'll get a few tunes on to start things off. I say our first guest today, folks. We're going to have 3 guests on the show today. We're going to have up first Anthony Weightloss. You'll know Tony from the Four Tims podcast. He also runs TNC events. So he does. Tony is going to be coming on, giving us great his knowledge about Celtic. He's attended a lot of the press conferences this year with Ange on behalf of some of the supporters pages. So he knows his stuff. Then about 11ish, we're going to have Tony Coleman. And if there isn't anything Tony Coleman doesn't know about Celtic, it's not worth knowing. Tony is basically the GOAT of Celtic knowledge in West Belfast. So honoured to have Tony on. And then near the end of the show, about 11:30, we're going to have the main man, Keith Corcoran from Come On The Hoops Celtic from Dublin. Is going to be coming on the show to talk about the game as well. So and plus in between that, we've got loads and loads of great tunes. So, folks, please, share. We'll get as many people watching the show as possible. It'll be much, much appreciated. So, first tune of the day, we'll go to this one from the lads from Glasgow, who literally drove last night from Cork all the way to Gweedore in Donegal this morning. 2 mad bastards, Kieran and Connor. They've some out to gigs, some out travelling this weekend, so fair play to them. So, this is there from their album, On The Victory. Brilliantly tuned Celtic. That's the team for me.
Celtic, that's the team for me. Celtic, on to victory. We're the finest team in Scotland, I'm sure you will agree. We'll never give up to it, won the cup of the Scottish Super League. And they come from Body Scotland, they come from County Cork, they come from Tiro, Donegal, and even from New York. From every street in Glasgow, they put it their way. So please go Tiro Paradise, this is what they say. Oh, I Celtic, that's the team for me. Celtic, on to victory. We're the finest team in Scotland, I'm sure you will agree. We'll never give up till we've won the cup of the Scottish Football League. Oh, there's Valley Young again, with the green. Was Corcoran, Neil and Kennedy, the best there's ever been. Jim Johnston, Robert Chalmers, John Devils and John Hughes, and 60,000 Celtic fans who put us in the years. Oh aye, Celtic, Celtic, that's the team for me. Celtic, Celtic, on to victory. We're the finest team in Scotland, I'm sure you will agree. We'll never give up till we win the cup of the Scottish Football League. Oh aye, Celtic, Celtic, that's the team for me. Celtic, Celtic, on to victory. We're the finest team in Scotland, and I hope you will agree. We'll never give up till we win the cup of the Scottish Football League. We'll never give up till we win the cup of the Scottish Football League. Yo.
There we go. So the Glasgow there, folks. Kieran and Connor, two absolute legends. So you are, fair play, lads. Great to see you getting all your gigs over in Ireland this weekend. Some are travelling. Apparently there hasn't been a drink took between any of them. So there hasn't. So all I can say here, lads, fair play to you. That's a big dedication indeed. So definitely. Now, folks, this is the Rebel podcast. It's a bit early today. Don't worry, the clocks haven't went forward or back a few hours. We are starting this morning at 10 o'clock, so it's a wee bit earlier. We're doing the big preview this morning until 12 o'clock. So we'll get a few more wee shout-outs before we get Tony on. Hopefully we'll get him on. Tony Weightloss. Right, Terry Mealy says, Ro, I'm skipping mass for this show. What time are you doing communion? Hold on a second. Yes. Just messaging Tony back here now. Yep, that's it. Yeah, what time am I doing communion? I don't know, mate. Actually, I've heard Preach wants to drop some up. We'll do some. We'll get him in the studio. So we'll. Maura Burns, how you doing, Maura? What's the crack? See, Lee Curry on YouTube says it. Ro, can you play Grandpa? Grandpa's a Celtic man from the Blarney Pilgrims, please. Yep, I'll see if I can get that there on Spotify. Elton Cowan, what's crack? Good morning, Ro. Hail. Lift the lead today. Thanks for starting the party. Not a problem, mate. Jim McCaff says, I hear a rematch at Croke Park getting mentioned. Is this here the Katie Taylor and Serrano? Yeah, well, obviously, Katie definitely deserves a fight in Ireland anyway, so she does. But I'll have to go and check out the highlights from the match there last night, or the fight. Let's see, Sammy Marshall. What's crack, Sammy? Morning Row off the party shortly, you lucky devil, you. Colleen Ward, watching on YouTube today, says, hi, Roke, do you please play anything from Shabeen in Dublin? Going to see them in Gary Oak tonight. Heading to watch the match in Potter Browns. Absolutely shocking. Just to me, the jealousy, Colleen, it's just raking out of me. Or so it is. Listen to what their statement you made there. Love to be there. I've got loads of mates over in Dublin now at the minute for the event Dixie's running in the Button Factory. And did any of you go to the boat trip? I've seen a few videos there. You see John White had a live video. My mate Pedro was on it on Friday. He's not a rocket that one. We'll not mention him at holiday, so won't without getting angry. Let's see. Right, Terry Mealy says, good morning, Ro. I still can't believe how close the boys are winning the title. This could be a magnificent achievement. Big Ange, come on. Definitely. Without a doubt, Daniel Lynn says, shout out to Antler Monroe, all waiting patiently on our bus this morning to Paradise and got the dreaded call. It broke down. No way. Absolutely devastated. Come on, the hoops, 3 points, all that matters. Och, mate, Jesus, that is just, that's wild, mate. I've been there before when you're waiting on a bus, or you've been on the bus heading somewhere and it's broke down and it's just messed up the whole afternoon's plans. Like, so hopefully you do get sorted and get over in time to get over the match. I mean, that's sorry to hear it there. Derek Delaney, we'll go do this one for you, Derek, mate. Avid listener of the show, an avid wearer of the Rebel podcast merch. So Derek, definitely make sure this one for you, and hopefully this afternoon it is going to be a beautiful Sunday. This will be classic this one. So if any has ever seen the scene in Still Game where they're all in celebrating in the bar doing the slosh, or as they call it in Scotland, or as the slush we call it in Ireland, but it's the slosh. It was this here song here. So if any are half cut on the Buckfast and want to do a bit of the slosh or the slush this morning, this is definitely the tune for it. So here we go.
it's a beautiful day. Birds are singing, you're by my side. Let's take the car and go for a ride. Hey, 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 it's a beautiful day. We'll drive on and follow the sun, making Sunday go on and on. Hey, 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 it's a beautiful day. Ha, 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 beautiful Sunday. This is my beautiful day. When you say that you love me. Oh, my, it's a beautiful day. Ha, 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 beautiful Sunday. This is my beautiful day. When you say that you love me. Oh, my, it's a beautiful day. Ha, 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 beautiful Sunday.
There we go. So Daniel Boone there for Derek Delaney at one there. So it is beautiful Sunday. Yeah, folks, loads of people jumping on. There's so many shares this afternoon. I can't believe it. Thanks, yeah. Sorry, I should have said this morning. You're all on board. I think I'm the only one that isn't drinking a beer this morning so far, but hopefully we're maybe going to have a few later on. We'll see what way it goes. Tony Coleman, what's cracked? Tony Morning Road, time for war on our pats. Definitely indeed. Joe McGowan, Ro, you're looking very fresh for a Sunday morning. Never got to bed at 5 after Katie's fight. Mate, I'm not fresh at all. I might just look like that there, so I am. Jim McCaff says, I think we were playing our B team today. Neil Costigan, now there is dedication there. If this man is listening in from Staten Island in New York, so he is, and he's tuned in this morning. Neil, tell me this, what time is it over in Staten Island right now? You're listening live, mate. Absolutely phenomenal, mate. Fair play to you, cheers. That's dedication there for you. Let's see, Marty, what's he saying? He says, Marty Heaney, did the landlady cook your fry yet, Ro? I'm still waiting on mine being delivered. Them Doon taxis are very slow today. Well, to be honest, mate, to give the mother of the Jews, I just got into the studio there about 20 to 10, and she's going to work, and she come up and say, straight I come in, before eating anything messing her mouth, do you like vegetable rolls, son? So there you go. What more could you ask for, like? So fair play to them. Right, let's see. So it's 5 a.m, folks, in America, Staten Island, and Neil Costigan is listening to the show now live. Neil, fair play to you, mate. You're an absolute legend. So you are. Francis Craven, hail, Ro, what's crack? Right, let's see a few more wee shoutouts we have. Let's see, Rosaline Slack, beautiful Sunday, indeed. Keep her lit, Stevie. Fair play last night. You're absolutely rocking, mate. Couldn't hear half the stuff you were saying, mate, but on that there video chat, so it was. But do you know all I got in my head? I don't know if any of you have been watching the Johnny Depp court thing. With obviously with him and his missus, or his ex-missus, and there's a video feed last week of in the court, and her lawyer going, it's true you poured a mega pint of wine, and Johnny Depp just goes, a mega pint? And I poured myself a large way, but listen, so Stevie Holbrook was on me last night in this video chat, and he had this glass. To me, I don't know, because it was close to the screen, it looked like the biggest wine glass I've ever seen in my life, and all I got through my head was this mega pint of wine that Johnny Depp was drinking. So it was John Boy McElhenney says, good morning everyone, just dropped the wife off at work, she's getting a taxi home, celebrations come on, happy days mate. Let's see, Kirsten Boy, that's not a new name, or is it? What's in the day? Morning Row up the south, it's a Kingston Boy, sorry mate. Shawneen Kane, morning all the Tims, happy days. Denise McLaughlin, a nice, I'm from Fafale. Terry, do you know Handy? Haven't a clue what that just said there. Maura Burns is saying no sound. Maura, There's no sound. It must be your connection, is it? Not sure what's going on there. Let's see. You've done nothing, only sleep, you big Tyrone. Who are ye, Stephen Holbrook? Right, so we'll go to the next song of the day, folks. And I say normally when I'm doing the Celtic songs, this is always the first one I do. Anywhere I play now. And again, shout out to Tony Coleman who put me onto this song a few years ago. I just love it. I love the words of the song. I love the story of the song. It's a class song by a great guy called Kevin Miles, and they call the tune Celtic, My Heart and My Soul. Hopefully after this song we're going to have Tony Weightloss on us live on the screen to get his comments on the game today. Here we go.
Oh, Celtic, 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 my heart and my soul. I followed the teams of the past and watched history unfold. Going to Parkhead with my dad and my brother. It's true what they say, we're a club like no other. The colours that flow through my veins are all green, white and gold. The sun, it shines down as we're walking along London roads. The Green Brigade burst into song and the jungle explodes. So what does it mean to be Celtic, and how does it feel to pull on the hoops and be fearless like Billy McNeil? Oh, Celtic, 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 my heart and my soul. I followed the teams of the past and watched history unfold. Going to Parkhead with my dad and my brother. It's true what they say, we're a club like no other. The colours that flow through my veins are all green, white and gold. They came in their thousands to Lisbon and Jock had a plan. He understood football was nothing without the fans. We went to go down before Gemmell and Chalmers would save us. Our jerseys don't fit second best or inferior players. Oh, Celtic, 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 my heart and my soul. I followed the teams of the past and watched history unfold. Going to Parkhead with my dad and my brother. It's true what they say, we're a club like no other. The colours that flow through my veins are all green, white and gold. Oh, Celtic, 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 my heart and my soul. I followed the teams of the past and watched history unfold. Going to Parkhead with my dad and my brother. It's true what they say, we're a club like no other. The colours that flow through my veins are all green, white and gold.
Right, so we should have Tony here on the screen now. I'll just get him added on here. So, well, I can hear you anyway. 2 seconds, Tony. Let's get this here graphic moved off here.
No worries. Oh, you're fucking up your game.
What?
You've upped your game. It used to just be a call on Facebook Messenger. Now I need to appear on camera.
I know, mate. See, that's all this here fun I'm getting every week. I can do this now, so I can. But there we go. There's a nice wee preview screen for us. So, folks, what we'll have now. Yes, move you're so tall. That's it is, mate. You're
there we go. How's things?
Folks, so, not too bad, mate. Up bright and early. Nearly slept in, but that's another story. I can blame Pedro for that last night. It is shenanigans. But he rang me at 4 o'clock this morning. But listen, folks, right now we're joined by Tony Weightloss from the Four Tims podcast. You all might know it's a very famous podcast from Scotland. So, Tony, obviously, I know this year a lot of it's probably the first I've seen it, Celtic's been a lot more open to the fans and stuff, and they've been letting a lot of supporters' pages and podcasts and the interview Ange and some of the players and stuff. So I know you've been there a lot of the times doing a lot of the fan interviews. So how have you found, has it been a lot more open now? How's Ange been, with yourself?
Yeah, I mean, last season we know was a bit of a disaster, but I think one of the main things was the lack of communication from the club. There wasn't communication to anybody. That doesn't mean I think the podcast deserve some kind of elite access, but I think that just seems to be the modern way where people refer to it as fan media. They let the podcasts or bloggers or whoever it may be, there's a kind of rota to get in. But well, we were invited when he was first unveiled with Dominic Mackay to go and sit in the Kerrydale suite and ask him a question. It was very pleasant. So that was going back to July. And I remember sitting watching everybody ask a question, ask mine. I thought, there's something about this guy. I mean, it's easy to say that now when he's one win away from winning the title. But I've spoke to him on 2 occasions since, and he's been tremendous. I think you can find the actual media he doesn't like, because he knows they're out to trip him up and they're out to get a headline. He knows we're no. I'm just a fan asking questions. I'm just asked him if he would sign a long-term deal. I've asked him about leadership and stuff. It's just stuff I'm interested in as a fan. I'm not going in to say, oh, can I get Postecoglou to slip up? So I think if you watch his press conferences, usually the fan questions are at the end. I think he's always a lot more pleasant to the fans and he's a lot more in-depth. So I found him great. I'm actually in his post-match press conference after the Hearts game next week. Hopefully by then we'll be champions and it'll be great.
Definitely. But say, I think obviously you said there that he's on to like the media, and from the very start, you noticed, like, I mean, he was just taking no shit. I mean, from the first press conference, I mean, and obviously a lot of them were out to try and get him, and basically try and get him to slip up, and he was this sort of great unknown, and more or less trying to say, like, do you know what you're coming into here? I mean, and, like, he sort of, it's clear to see that he knew exactly what he was coming into before he came here, like.
I mean, you've seen people asking him if he knew who Hearts were, and I think at the time he says I'm from the other side of the world, not a different planet, and but that's the media up here. The media in Scotland are dire, really, really poor. I think that's why people listen to the likes of me talking garbage on podcasts, and there's so many good ones like 67 Hail Hail, you've got Celtic State of Mind, you've got all these big kind of organisations now who are all based on fan media, the Cynic, 20 Minute Tims. You could get people who do YouTube channels, you could go on forever. There's so many people. I would rather listen to them than pick up the Sun or the Daily Record or read a clickbait article online. So
yeah, definitely. So, see, obviously, this season, it's been like a massive, massive overhaul. Like, I mean, probably in the defence alone. Like, what is sort of because at the start it was a bit rocky. So it was obviously when Carl Starfelt and stuff came in at the start. Maybe the first match he played against Hearts, we were all sort of going like, "Geez, this guy's going to be a bomb scorer." So he has like, but he seems to now have like come into his own, like, and sort of cemented his place at the back, like, and obviously keeping Christopher Julian out of the team as well. I think, like.
I think he was always going to take time to gel. I mean, you look at when Postecoglou came in, we'd lost Scott Brown, who was influential for 14 years. Edward, who was still your best striker at the time, he was still an excellent player. Ryan Christie had a bad season, was still a big part of the team. And then Chris Ayer had to left as well. So that's kind of the spine of the team, had to be replaced. And we didn't really have a goalkeeper. So the job when Postecoglou first came in was humongous. And the fact that we lost 3 out of our first 6 games, to be sitting now with 4 games to go, knowing that if we win the day, we're essentially champions, is quite incredible, to be honest with you. After that first game, I was in Derry. I remember watching it. I think Hearts scored with about a minute to go to win. And I thought, geez, this is going to be a kind of long slog of the season. But as time went on, I think we won 2 6-0s in a row, Dundee and St Mirren. And you could see exactly Postecoglou's style of play. And I went, well, there's something here. Kyogo got injured and a few others. Then we dropped a few more points. But he'd already shown you by this point with kind of early results. We put out AZ Alkmaar to get into Europa League, which I thought was a great result. Spoke about that quite a lot. And then I think one of the big turning points, we went up to Aberdeen and we needed to win just to keep the gap to 6. And Jota scored with about 7 minutes left. And I think that was a turning point because we hadn't won away in the league, I think, in 8 months or so. It was something ridiculous for us. So I think that was the beginning. The cup final was a massive one. To get us back winning so quickly was key. Kyogo obviously scored the double to win that. So there's been loads of kind of small moments you can point to. The 3-0 at Parkhead, the 2-1 at Ibrox, the last minute goals against Ross County, and then against Dundee United. So it's been a great season. I mean, I went into it not really holding much hope apart from hopefully I was hoping we could compete, but I didn't really think we could win the league. But as time went on, I thought we maybe can. Gerrard left, and then they went through a period where they completely turned on their manager. So I'm hoping today we can get the job done, because they're just off the back of quite a difficult European game.
Definitely. Do you think the result or in the cup semi-finals will have any bearing on this match? Because I was watching the game and a lot of people are all sort of going like, get a grip, lads. Well, I mean, everybody going, we didn't show up at the end or whatever. I mean, I think I keep saying, like, a cup match is just completely different than a league game. I mean, it's a one-off match, and like anything can happen. I mean, you can play like a third division team and a cup semi-final, and they get beat. Do you know what I mean? I don't think form goes anywhere near a cup match. But I mean, this game today, I think I definitely put us favourites. Like, would you say yourself?
Oh yeah, we're favourites today. I mean, they're missing some key players. They might rest players, I don't know, because they're still in the tie against Leipzig. Maybe they're thinking even if they win today, the chances of winning the league is still quite slim, because we're favourites to beat Hearts, Dundee United and Motherwell the next 3 games. So, we're definitely favourites. The cup game, I think there was just an expectation we were going to win the treble, because we've become so accustomed to it. It's a very difficult thing to do. On reflection for that game, we were probably quite unlucky. If Vickers scores that chance, then we win. So
it seems like when you're talking about Carter Vickers right now, there seems to be the usual, a lot of the ones in the Premier League now sniffing around them, like. So there is. So do you think what's the chances of getting him signed up full time, like?
You can see Krista's just come in the background, so I'll just move my camera, and she's just at the shower. She's getting ready. We don't want your viewers seeing that. Don't want anybody.
Here, listen, the picture she put up the other day from Instagram, scared her really, so it did, or in Amsterdam. So it did.
The Amsterdam trip.
Aye. I had to look twice. I was like, what the fuck's that?
That was a huge penis.
Yes, that's exactly what that was. That was Amsterdam for you. Anyway, sorry, back to Celtic. I think today O'Reilly will be crucial. I think he'll start ahead of Rogic. I think the cup semi passed Rogic by, and we don't really have time for passengers. I'm a big fan of O'Reilly. I think he's going to be a huge player.
Definitely, man. So young as well, like.
What's that?
So young as well, like. So he is, like. I mean, look at what he's done, and he's playing for the Danish under-21 team, like.
He's been excellent.
What he's done.
The big debate is Giacomakis or Kyogo. I've seen people going, if you want this one, you're an idiot. If you don't want this one, you're an idiot. Yep. There's a lot of divide, but the team news will be out in 15 minutes. So I don't know. I mean, if part of me thinks you play Kyogo, because if you get made a pressing for one way, Kyogo for the other, and a badder Jota for the other, you're going to get at them a lot quicker and rush them into kind of just going long, and then you'd hope we can rotate the second ball and just get right back at them. And as I say, you're hoping, I know it didn't happen the last time in the Cup semi, they didn't tire, but they had all the ball against Braga. I don't think they had much of the ball against RP Leipzig.
No, but See, you mentioned there just about like, sort of expectations you had for this season, and see for me, obviously, when Ange came in, I was actually listening. I listen to Talk Sport in the morning when I'm going to work, and I remember that day, like a lot of the times, Alan Brazil, sometimes he sort of cringe. He's Celtic fan, I mean, but when he came off with a statement about Ange, you know what I mean, he's like, oh Jesus, and Ali McCoy was sitting beside him, whatever, like, and obviously after a statement he's made us come back to haunt him, so it has. But to me, when Ange came in, my thing was, all I want for us this year is to get a proper team back and compete. I was all for Rangers are going to win the league again. They're going to win the league again. I mean, I says if we win a cup, I'd be happy. But like, what has happened this year is like, it's just blew me away completely. Like, so it has.
I don't know, just to get back to Alan Brazil, I mean, I remember that interview, and it was posted, it's kind of ripping the piss out his name, and as opposed to two guys that sit and have, I don't know, they must have hundreds of thousands, millions of viewers going, let's do a bit of research into this guy, we'll come up with his achievements, what he's done. No, we'll just slag his name. I mean, that's what I mean. That's why people don't really care about the media. That it's just so poor. And I think Brazil's been made to look like a bit of a dick since then. I know Postecoglou commented on it as well.
Yeah, but I mean, but him as he's supposed to be a Celtic fan, like, I mean, I know, I think that there, whenever they made the statement, it was like live. It literally just come through straight away, like, while he was talking. I mean, but you think he made a went, listen, like, well, I'll not mention it until maybe see who this guy is. I mean, him might be a bit of Tim, like, and coming off of more or less just ripping the piss out of him on the club straight away. Like, it was a bit sort of below the belt, so it was like.
How many people do we have that are Tims or ex-players that just stick the boot into us constantly? I mean, look at the likes of Charlie Nicholas and Andy Walker. They've made careers out of it. So it doesn't surprise me, but You still got a lot of good guys in the media for us. The likes of Sutton, he's always defending us. Big Hartson's the same. Petrov's very good in the media as well. So
yeah. See who I've actually found, and to be honest, who I would listen to that they're the Go Radio. I would listen to their podcast on YouTube and stuff that comes on. Yeah. Barry Ferguson for me this year has been very open, so he has and I actually think so from him going out now and being like a pundit and stuff. He's really surprised me with a lot of his comments. I mean, before when after he was a Rangers player, you just seen him as like, fucking hate him, he's a scumbag, I mean, whatever. But to me, he has been very, very complimentary of Celtic this season and Postecoglou, so he has.
I think a lot of people have been the same for both sides, but there's no alternative. I mean, if you come out and say, he's been lucky, I mean, we've won 24, drawn 4 out of the last 28, so there's not really any other argument. I think they just need to kind of accept that. So, a lot of pundits have been complimentary now, but when he first was unveiled, but I'm not going to say that I was jumping for joy, but we did get an Australian on the podcast. I think it was a reporter or somebody who knew more about him, Darren, for the podcast, went and got him on, and we done a bit of research, and I thought that was all we could do at the time, was kind of give a balanced view. We didn't know anything about him. There's no point in us going, he's coming from Japan, he must be an idiot. Yeah,
I think, remember at the start, a lot of when he did come in, a lot of people go, that's it, right, Kennedy's going to be out, but Strachan's going to be out in their hole, he's going to bring his own team and stuff in. And how do you think, they've went? Because, I mean, you look at last season, and basically they were the whipping boys were going, listen, that come next year, they're going to be out in their hole, it's all their fault, basically them's and Lennon, this, they made all these choices, blah, blah. And he's basically come in here and just worked with the team he had, and added maybe 1 or 2 people, and it's like a completely different, even you look at John Kennedy on the touchline now, before you would have seen him, you think, every time you see him, you think somebody had kicked him in the face on him, where now he's
season, I mean, where people paid attention to John Kennedy's facial expressions all the time and says he doesn't smile, he had nothing to smile about. I think the fact that you see them now and they're doing quite well, it might be the fact that they weren't a problem last year. Maybe it was somebody else who now resides in Cyprus. So, yeah,
I knew you were going to have to get a 1 week ticket, Lenny, and
that's just how long have we been talking about him? About 2 years, so I can't help myself. Sorry.
I know. Right, listen, we're going to get on with a few more songs here. So, do you want to do a prediction for the day, or what's?
2-0.
What do you reckon? 2-0. So you're heading to the match this morning? Are you heading off now? Or
I'm heading quite soon, so I do need to go. I'm getting picked up in 10 minutes, and we're heading. Yep.
So are you out on the beer of the day, or what's the plans?
Come on, what kind of questions? Of course.
What? Of course. Win, lose or draw, right? No problem.
Off to the Gallagate to Lynch's. So best of luck with the rest of the show. Cheers for having me on.
No problem. Listen, Tony, thanks very much, mate, and I'll talk to you again soon. Good man. Cheers.
Cheers.
No problem, mate. So we're going to play a song here now from I see Krista, who's just come in the door there. So she has we're going to do a song from her album. Obviously, we love promoting Krista on the show. So we're going to do a song from Krista's album, From the Streets of Free Derry. And one song's all in the way I love playing. Wally and Danny is my favourite Rebel song. So nothing wrong with a good Derry person, Derry singer singing the song about 2 Derry volunteers. So we go, this is the Battle of Wally and Danny on this early Glasgow Derby preview on Rebel Sundays. This is Chris Coyle, folks, with Wally and Danny.
trick that we pulled that morning. A volunteer will enlist, and for 5 long hours they left them lying there. The priest, he was turned away, and that's another step lower for those SAS bastards. We'll never forget that day. And please say it isn't so. While Willie and Danny, they had to go. The reason's very clear. They're laying down their lives for us year after year. The funerals were to prove their worthiness as thousands that thronged the streets. And while the postal boys hovered helplessly overhead, the rat came out to salute. And they emptied their magazines over each coffin as they finally the crowd was sent. And another day dawns and the guns will be out again, 'cause Willie and Danny had friends. And please say it isn't so. While Willie and Danny, they had to go. The reason's very clear. They're laying down their lives for us year after year. Please say it isn't so.
There we go. Sound of Krista Coyle there, folks, from her album From the Streets of Free Derry. That's Tony's missus there. So here's Tony Weightloss for coming on the show. Tony, as usual, great knowledge all around Celtic, knows his stuff. So lucky devil getting to the game today. So he is, I doubt very much Krista is going to the game if she's only out of the shower now. So she isn't, she'll probably be on the lash somewhere later this afternoon. Folks, yes, so this is Rebel Sundays. This is the big Glasgow Derby preview. Thanks for all tuning in. Again, if you're just tuning in, please share the stream on Facebook for me. Much appreciated if you can. Right, so folks, what we do have today, going to be giving away 6 tickets. So it's basically 3 pairs of tickets for a gig this coming Friday at the Beehive Bar in West Belfast. For Gary Ogue, Matt O'Reilly and myself, I'll be DJing as well, so I'll get them give out in the next hour for you. So we'll just basically, we're going to ask a question, and then obviously the first 3 people to answer the question right on that comes on my stream, be it on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, will win the tickets. That's where it's going to go. So again, like anytime we do these before, I don't want some people saying, "Oh, look on my stream, I was ahead of him," or whatever. It's basically the way I'm going to do it. Whatever order is on my screen, that's who's going to win the tickets. So again, you have to be in West Belfast, folks, on Friday if you want to win these tickets. So we're going to give them away in the next hour. So we'll jump in a few more comments, see what we have here watching. Right, let's see. Derek Delaney says, yep, off to St Finbar's GAC Cabra to watch the match. Mark Reid says, 3-1 Celtic, watching from Grace's Bar in Glasgow. Carla McCrory is saying, Celtic will win. It's Our Lady's Day, first Sunday in May. Happy days. Stevie Holbrook, what's everyone's plans today? Well, Stevie, I know what your plans are today. I don't think you'll be leaving that caravan anytime soon, so you won't be. Arthur Taylor says, the zombies bubble will burst sooner rather than later. Facts. Dan Breen, let's see, going to the horseshoe, is he? Arthur Taylor was looking a bit of Bobby Fields. Let's see, Terry Craney is saying, can I have Rebel Sunday by my main man, Damien Quinn? Well, yes, Terry, of course. We'll go down there next. Any as it watch the normal show on a Sunday, every Sunday, 1 to 4. The show Rebel Sundays takes its name from the great song Damien Quinn has written called Rebel Sundays, all about the Rock Bar in West Belfast, the legendary Rebel Sundays night. It's where it all started before any other bar even thought about doing a Rebel Sundays. The Rock Bar did it first, so they did. And obviously the official lineup first was Bick, Jerry Oak, and Damien Quinn. And it's just blew since then. Tonight, Emer is playing, so she's taking the stage at 10 o'clock. So I might be down later on. I'll have to see what's going to happen. If I'm a good boy today, might be able to get out later. We'll see. So Marty and Stevie might be joining us if you're heading to the Rock later. We'll see what happens. Right, so for Terry, this one is spicy for you. This is Damien Quinn with Rebel Sundays, recorded live in the Rock Bar upstairs. Here we go.
Well, it took us through down the old Falls Road. Rebel Sunday is the day when you see Jerry Oak and Damien Quinn sing the sound of the IRA. And I ask you friends, are you heading to the Rock? Cause I have Rebel Sundays on at 6 o'clock. There's Damien Quinn, he hits the Queen. And Jerry Oak, he loves shebeen. Well, Jerry Oak sings fuck your flag and fuck it again. While Damien Quinn sings 18 Brits and a nation once again. And I ask you friends, are you heading to the Rock? Cause I have Rebel Sundays on at 6 o'clock. There's Damien Quinn, he hits the Queen. And Jerry Oak, he loves shebeen. They'll hear the songs of Bobby Sands and the man who fought and died. The broad black brimmer and the black and tans and the Provost lullaby. I ask you friends, are you heading to the Rock? Cause I have Rebel Sundays on at 6 o'clock. There's Damien Quinn, he hits the Queen. And Jerry Oak, he loves shebeen. Well, it took us through down the old Falls Road. Rebel Sunday is the day when you see Jerry Oak and Damien Quinn sing the songs of the IRA. And I ask you friends, are you heading to the Rock? Cause I have Rebel Sundays on at 6 o'clock. There's Damien Quinn, he hits the Queen. And Jerry Oak, he loves shebeen. Damien Quinn, he hits the Queen. 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 Jerry Oak, Jerry Oak. Jerry Oak, Jerry Oak. Jerry Oak, Jerry Oak.
There we go. That's Rebel Sunday here for you with Damien Quinn, especially for Terry. Damien's biggest fan, and he's all in water because she melts my head every week playing play Damien Quinn, play Damien Quinn, play Damien Quinn. But that's not Damien's a legend, so he's justified. So it is. He's over this weekend as well. I think doing a couple of gigs in Gweedore and in Bundoran as well, in the Phoenix Bar today. So that's another bar. Great to see them. And maybe I don't know. Maybe Mickey Dems on board for the Celtic Festival coming up in September. But I know Derek Warfield, the Young Wolfstones, are playing there over Easter, so they were. And then obviously Damien is playing today, so that's another venue now opened up now for Rebel music in Bundoran, which is great to see. Folks, this is, so it's Rebel Sundays. It's the big Glasgow Derby preview. Myself, Ro, we're here live on Facebook, live on YouTube, and on Twitter as well. So thanks for so many of us for tuning in this morning. We've had Tony Weightloss there from the Four Tims and a podcast on. There about 15 minutes ago. Up next, we're going to have Tony Coleman. He's going to be on just about 11 o'clock and say if there's anything that Tony Coleman doesn't know about Celtic, it's not worth knowing at all. So it isn't. So, yeah, definitely indeed. Oh, listen, just got the good man for Eamon Malley. He's just sent me in the team sheet here now, so we'll just look through it here and see. So, good man yourself. Or is it 9? Let's see. Right. So Kyogo's starting then. So we'll go. So Hart, Ralston, right back, Carter, Vickers, Starfelt, Taylor, McGregor, Hatate, O'Reilly, Jada, Maeda, and Kyogo. And now on the subs is Bain, Beaton, Giacomakis, Abada, Turnbull, McCarthy, Rogic, Forrest, and Welch. Folks, that is that's a team, so it is definitely. So I'll just give it a team again there. I'm going to actually download this picture, so I'll put it on to you. So in case any of you haven't seen the team yet, so this is the team to play Rangers today. So it is. So it's Hart and goal, Ralston right back, Carter Vickers, Starfelt centre backs, Taylor left back, McGregor, Tate, O'Reilly, Jada, and Maeda, and Kyogo. So we'll have Tate, Maeda, and Kyogo all starting at the same time. Jesus Christ, that is some team. I think it'll be really great to see how we Kyogo gets on against these. They have no striker at all, so don't. It's going to be interesting. But of the last match at Salt Lake Park, an evening game, is anything to go by? We're in for something for exciting today to watch. There's what is the crack? Twice Daily Irish Folk Group. How you doing, Walker? Come on the hoops, 3-0 today, mate. 3-0. We'll get a wee song on so well from Twice Daily in a wee minute so well. Let's see. Potty, what is the crack up there in Tipperary? Just after waking up from coming down from the Monaghan last night, and you're on. Brilliant start to my Sunday. Fair play to me. I've seen a few videos of yours last night. They're good crack. Well done. Cheers to Potty here from the Rebel Hearts for tuning in. Right, so we're going to do a song now from Clover. Clover, obviously, who are going to be headlining my gig. This gig here, folks, I'll just put the wee flyer up again for you so you can see. It's going to be held in the Rock Bar on the Saturday the 3rd of December. Here we go. So this is the big end of the year fans party. See, I don't want to put this on camera, but the mother is just landing in with the fry, so thank you very much. See, Marty, you cool? You were down there and all, so you were. So we're going to do a song from Clover, folks. This is actually the song that I've been using for the backing track for this here, so this we'll keep the wee flyer up while we play this here. So this is Clover, recorded at last year's Big Fans Gathering in the PD, and this is their track, The Foggy Dew. Just while we're on talking about Clover, congratulations to Peter O'Connell and his missus, who had the wee baby yesterday. So fair play to you, well done on the birth of the wee baba here. So this is Clover, folks, on Rebel Sundays with The Foggy Dew.
Okay, we're going to go on this time with a song from 1916 about the men and women making their way home after the 1916 Easter Rising. Let's hear you sing with us, The Foggy Dew. Was down the glen one Easter morn, the city fair of Rye, where armoured lights and marching men and squadrons did pass me by. Now why did hum their battle drum, his sound out its loud tattoo. Oh, but the Angelus bell of the Liffey swell rang out on the foggy dew. Right proudly and high over double the town, they hung out their flags of war. Was better to die neath an Irish sky than in Suvla or Soda Mar. From the plains of Royal Mead, strong men they came hurrying to, while Britannia's Huns and their long-range guns sailing through the foggy dew. 'Twas Britannia made her wild geese go, and small nations they might be free. Now their lonely graves are by Suvla's waves, on the fringe of the grey North Sea. On mad they died by Pierce's side, or fought with the Provost too. Now their names we will keep where the Fenians sleep, neath the shroud of the foggy dew. But the bravest fell on a requiem bell, rang mournfully and clear, for those who died at Easter time in the springing of that year. Oh, while the world did gaze in deep amaze at those fearless men, but for you, might shine through the foggy dew. Ho! Well, now it's back to the glens I rode again, though my heart with grief was sore. For I parted there with those gallant men, who I will never see no more. Oh, to and fro in my dreams I will go, I kneel and I pray for you. For slavery fled left the rebels dead, when you fell in the foggy dew. For slavery fled left the rebels dead, when you fell in the foggy dew. Ho!
There we go, folks. So the Clover from County Limerick recorded live at last year's Big Fans Gathering in the PD Club, and you see them putting the flyers up there throughout that song. Folks, tickets are going very, very well for this year. Still some tickets left, but obviously because it's upstairs in the Rock Bar, we only have a limited number of tickets to go, so get your tickets now, folks. If you look along the wee bottom, the ticker along the bottom of the screen, right at the end of it, it gives you the address. If you want to buy tickets online, it's www. Actually, hold on a second. rebelpodcast.bigcartel.com. Had a brain fart there, so that so yeah, there are 10 each, folks. There are, and if you don't have like PayPal or basically you don't want to have like pay online, if you send me a PM, I can give you the link for Revolut, or you can pay them via bank transfer as well if you want. Or if you're local in Belfast, you can get them in cash. Just send me a PM. I can get the tickets reserved for you. But it's going to be a great night, folks. Obviously, it's well documented about the original gig sort of fell through in the Balmoral, and we'll not get into that there. But I'm just so glad now we're still getting the night for all the fans. So we are to take place on Saturday the 3rd of December. And plus, obviously, the next day we're going to be doing the official after party. So we'll be doing a live podcast upstairs in the Rock, and then we'll be getting hopefully a few singers on as well. And then all downstairs to go on the piss that night. So also, yep, the Monday's booked off now. So be looking forward to that one, folks. Yeah, so we're going to do the next tune. So and just as mentioned as well, I had sort of said I thought it was the Phoenix Bar in Dundorn that Damien was playing in, but it's not. My bad. So who just mentioned it? Elton Cowan says Ro, Damien is playing the Phoenix Bar in Newry today, not Bundorn. So my apologies to the Phoenix Bar in Newry. It's they're playing. Damien's playing today, not Bundorn. I just thought because Damien was in Donegal yesterday that he'd been travelling back, and obviously would have been suited him to play in Bundorn. That's why I thought it was Bundorn, but there we go. Let's see, it's John Boy McElhenney is saying, could you please play 67 by the Quadrophenians? Cheers, mate. I'll see if I can get that on Spotify, mate, not a problem. Maura Burns' class song. Let's see, Carl McCoy says, can you play something said so strong for Val, Dale, Terry, Rob and Joe? Mark Murphy says, regards from Sydney. Can I request Lonesome Boatman, Mark, Amanda, Megan and Dara? Peter Scullin Jr., what is the crack? Peter, how you doing? 2-0 hoops, come on. Shane Smith, South Derry Satellite Explorers Club, mate. Go on tour of the day. We'll see what happens. Shane, good man, good for seeing you on this morning, this early. Right, so we're going to do a wee song here by the Queen of the undisputed Queen of Irish rebel music, Emer Nicolahan, who is these days doing her turn and playing with Coach, which is great to see. So as Coach is a legend, he's a good friend of mine. Good to see him on stage now with Emer or a gig. So we'll go do a song from Emer. This is from her album that she recorded in the Rock Bar as well. Absolutely classic album. You can download it now from Spotify or iTunes, or send Emer a wee PM. You can probably still buy one, so you can. So here we go. This is Emer Nicolahan with her album recorded live in the Rock Bar, and this is Highland Paddy, folks, on Rebel Sundays. Here we go.
So folks, the song I'm going to do next is a Kilkenny song. We'll do it for Mick down there. Wee song called Highland Paddy. Happy's all shouting for freedom here. One evening fair, sun was shining. To Kilkenny, I'd ride, I'd meet with Captain Brady. I told a man there by his side, here we go, then you are welcome, hide and paddy. By my side, you surely stand, hear the people shout for freedom, freedom. Rise in the morning with the Fenian band, rise in the morning with the Fenian band. Well, in the morning we rose early, just before the break of dawn, blackbirds singing in the bushes, greeting you on this fine morn. Then you are welcome, hide and paddy. By my side you surely stand, hear the people shout for freedom, freedom. Rise in the morning with the Fenian band, rise in the morning with the Fenian band. Oh, gather round, free men of Ireland. Gather Fenians, gather round, hand with sword and musket. We'll spill their blood upon the holy ground. Then you are welcome, hide and paddy. By my side you surely stand, hear the people shout for freedom. Rise in the morning with the Fenian band, rise in the morning with the Fenian band. Well, there's a grave beside the river, mile outside Kilkenny town, there we laid our noble captain. Birds sang when Fenian died, here we go, then you are welcome, hide and paddy. By my side you surely stand, hear the people shout for freedom. Rise in the morning with the Fenian band, rise in the morning with the Fenian band. Well, all my life I will remember, I'll remember night and day. Once I rode into Kilkenny, and I heard his noble captain say, what did he say? Then you are welcome, hide and paddy. By my side you surely stand, hear the people shout for freedom. Rise in the morning with the Fenian band, rise in the morning with the Fenian. Officer Reach, then you are welcome, hide and paddy. By my side you surely stand, hear the people shout for freedom. Rise in the morning with the Fenian band, rise in the morning with the Fenian band, rise in the morning with the Fenian band.
There we go.
I
Sort of
Paddy there.
Emer and Glahan there, if you folks, with Hill and Paddy. So I think we do have Tony on there. So we'll get him on the screen. Let's give us 2 seconds. Let's see. We'll get him on. Jump in there. There we go, Tony. Can you hear me?
Morning, Rob. How are you?
Good man yourself. You're very low, so you are. Hold on a second. Just trying to share up. 2 seconds.
I've noticed there's no bouncing up and down. I can't see the microphone settings within this. It's the first time I tried this from the...
Yeah. Are you on a laptop, are you?
No, I'm on desktop.
I was. It's probably just then because you're not actually having a mic plugged in. I don't think. I think it's just picking you up from like the mic on the computer or whatever it is. So it is. But listen, we can hear you. So just try and stay close to the screen. Right. So a wee bit of delay there. So was this your landing Wi-Fi? So it is.
It must be. I'm supposed to be on this super fast broadband from Virgin Media, but
Well, mate, I get rid of it. So that was actually what. Well, part of the upgrade of this, so they did, and I'm literally like just around the corner from you, and see from the upgrade of this, it's shite, so it's absolutely crap. It's the worst Wi-Fi we've ever had.
yeah, I have to say the same.
Listen,
But anyway,
Tony, this is just froze completely. So it has. Listen, do you want to go jump out, right, and then try and get back in again? Because it's just there's just a frozen screen there. So this, well, no, I'll play another song, right, and then we'll try and get you back on, right?
okay. So
All right,
right.
right.
Okay.
Right, all right. Right, so listen, we'll do a song here for Audrey, who asked for it. See, folks, this is what happens when you're on live. These things happen with Wi-Fi connections and internet and everything. As you know myself, it's happened to me a few times. So we'll do this here one. Audrey had asked for it earlier on there. She was looking at a Chris Carney, who's actually going to be playing on the boat today. He's doing 3 boat trips, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, as part of Dixie's Rebel Fest in Dublin this weekend. I said I've seen a few videos yesterday. Look absolutely class. I would love to have been there. My mate Pedro is there this weekend, so he is. He's loving his life. So he is. He's been torturing me all weekend. Sent me pictures of all these different singers he's been with. He was on the phone to me at 3 o'clock this morning, 3:30, 4 o'clock, wide awake, and I was trying to get to sleep. So he sent me video chats. But so Audrey, this one's due. But Chris Carney, she's looking for Bees Wing, and this is from Chris's album, The Rare Old Times.
I was 18 when I came to town. We call it the summer of love. Burning babies, burning flags, the hopes against the doves. I took a job at the steaming way down in Calvin Street, and I fell in love with the laundry girl that was working next to me. Brown hair's exact around her face, and the look of half surprise, like a fox caught in the headlights. There was animal in her eyes. She said to me, oh, can't you see, I'm not the factory kind. If you don't take me out of here, I'll lose my mind. She was a rare thing, as fine as a bee's wing, so fine a breath of wind might blow her away. She was a lost child, and she was running wild. She said, so long as there's no peace in love, I'll stay. You wouldn't want me any other way. We bust around the market towns for booking down in Kent. We could tinker pots and pans and knives wherever we went. We're camping down the Gower one time and the work was mighty good. She wouldn't wait for the harvest, I thought we should. And I said to her, we'll settle down and get a few acres gone, with the fire burning in the heart and Bobby's on the road. She said, oh man, you foolish man, that surely sounds like hell. You might be lord of half the world, and not on me as well. For she was a rare thing, as fine as a bee's wing, so fine a breath of wind might blow her away. She was a lost child, and she was running wild. She said, so long as there's no price in love, I'll stay. You wouldn't want me any other way. Drinking more in those days, and her tempers reached a pitch, and like a fool I let her run. She took the rambling itch. The lasted hearts would sleeping off back on the Derby beats, with a bottle of wine, her certain pocket of loafing at her feet. And they say that she got married once to a man called Romany Brown. Even a gypsy Carol had much too much to settle her down. They say her roses faded, rough weather and hard booze. Well, maybe that's the price you pay for the change that you refuse.
It's on a Bees Winger here, folks. Chris Carney, especially for Audrey in Dublin. So cheers for tuning in today, folks. So hopefully we'll have Tony back now with a bit more signal. Are you there, Tony? I can see you, but I can't hear you. You're still freezing, so you are. Oh, this is great. Seriously. Right. Can you hear me now, mate?
Yes, Ro, I can hear you. How are you?
Right. Hopefully that's it. You seem to be a bit not not pausing as much, so you aren't. Right, so folks, on now we're joined by Tony Coleman. If any is here in West Belfast, you'll be well aware of who Tony is and the stature of the man in Celtic circles. So you'll all know him from obviously travelling back and forth to Glasgow and stuff. So Tony, obviously it's well documented. Obviously last year we had you on. You're definitely the probably the biggest critic I ever heard of Neil Lennon. The whole season was just a disaster, so it was from start to finish. What have you made from yourself personally from when Ange just came into the club?
The man, when he first came in, did we know who Ange was? We all had to go online to look at the videos. But he's come in the door. I've never seen a calmer manager to come into the hot pot of taking on Scottish football. As you know, with the media loves to shut you down, try to...
Yeah, definitely.
Don't mean. And Ange came into this so cool. You know what I mean? The man could, you know what I mean, pass ice cubes. He deals with the media brilliantly, shoots them down. There was an awkward question the other day about how well Sevco were doing in Europe. He says, come up the road, and he says, I'll show you how well the Scottish team do in Europe. He's got everything about him. He ticks every box, and we're truly blessed. We dodged the bullet by Eddie Howe. No doubt about it.
I think obviously when we're talking about the Tony out on this, but Ange as well, I think I actually really look forward to now the press conference coming on when you're going, because it's one of them ones like when this man talks, you want to listen to him. So you want to hear basically his insight and what he has to say, because he doesn't come on and do the same old sound bites, blah 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 blah, what the media want to hear. Because I mean, it's been clear now. Whenever somebody in the media, and there's been a lot of them, asks a stupid question, like he cuts them down straight away, and like more to say, I haven't got time for this shit. Basically, if you aren't going to ask me a proper question, fuck off. I mean, move on, whatever. Like, I think this is he's been basically there from the media from the very start, and he's on to them now. Like, what do you think?
Yeah, well, there's one thing about him. He's taught the media in Scotland some manners, because if you're going to ask Ange a question as a credible journalist, you do your research before you go and ask it, man, because if you don't ask the right question, you're going to be made to look like an idiot. This is how good Ange is. I don't know where he's taking a course in psychological management, but everybody that's going to face him now knows, listen, you go and face this man, you ask the wrong question. You know what I mean? It'll be you in the media the next day for asking something completely daft. He's fantastic.
It baffles me. Literally, some of the questions from the media, the so-called these big people, all these newspapers and stuff, whatever, that come in and you're going like, do you get paid for this? I mean, is this your job? Basically, to ask the most shittiest, crappiest of questions. Basically, this man is sitting here, obviously he's come in, he has to take these questions, and surely he's just sitting there himself, like, just shaking his head, going like, they have to sit and listen to this crap every week, like.
Yeah. I remember when he first got the job, when the fan media came in, and there was one person that asked him about, you know, which way the media here working in Scotland and how vast they are. And at the time, I think the guy that asked the question got a wee bit of criticism. But on the scale of things, he was totally right to ask the question, because as you can see, the way the media are portraying all our whole sort of ethos at Celtic. You know what I mean? They're constantly trying to nitpick and get the man to say something controversial.
Yep.
Yes, he's so good at this. You know what I mean? I'd say we're absolutely blessed to have the man.
Who do you think the signing has been the best signing so far he's brought in from East Men?
Well, we haven't signed him, but...
No, I mean, I'm on about the signings he's made. Who do you think is the best one so far, like?
God, you go through O'Reilly, you go through all our Japanese players. Well, you have to say Kyogo. Although he hasn't featured much this season, I reckon when he gets Kyogo up to full fitness, that this is going to be the next superstar. Strikers always are.
Yeah.
He's going to be something special. But I think it's essential who has their Carter Vickers to get him signed up. I hope that there's some sort of mad deal in the background that we get first choice on him. You know, at a £5 million signing, the way we had let Jack Henry go, something along those lines. You know, in the background. I think it's essential to get Carter Vickers signed up. The man has been immense for me, absolutely immense.
I think for me personally, Joe Hart has been a massive signing. Like, I think at the start, a lot of people had written him off, even because, you know, he was there was rumours he's going to come to the club before, and everybody was like, oh, he's finished. Like, he can't get a game in England anywhere he goes to. He's basically being loaned out. He went to Spurs, couldn't get a cup match. But for me, he's just been immense. Like, so he has. I mean, obviously, you need to have a goalkeeper like that's basically leading from the front, from the back, and like he's hardly put a foot wrong. Like, he's min.
Yeah, he's loving life in Scotland. There's no doubt about that. That's rejuvenated his whole career. When he was down in England, he was getting splinters on his arms, sitting on the bench. When he came into us, now there's times he gives me kittens, like the way he holds the ball at the back. But saying that, what a leader! You know, he has played at the highest level, World Cups, and now he's up at us, and he's given his heart and soul to us. He's bought into everything we are too. And as I say, with all that experience getting into that squad, you know, a lot of people would look up to Joe Hart and go, like, he's done it all at a top level.
Oh, I definitely, yeah.
You know, that last minute win they did. You know what I mean? All that experience helps.
What have you made of big GG, Giakoumakis? Well, I know at the start, obviously, he was injured. He didn't have a pre-season at all, so didn't he come in? And when he started playing, everybody was like, oh, this guy doesn't look, he's going to be a Celtic player, you know? But I think from he got to run the team, he's been scoring, and he's just been invaluable while Kyogo's been out injured. Like.
Yeah. You think of the field strikers that we have signed over the years, you thought when he missed that penalty at the start of the season, I thought, oh, Jesus, not another one. He's going to be on sort of like a Vito Baldi or a Pookie. Oh, we're going to go down that road with yet another player. But no, that man has worked his socks off to become what he is now. He's going to be a cracking player. You can see it about him. He's got a bit of John Hodgson about him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think when you say it there about the John Hodgson thing, that to me, all I see when I look at John Hodgson is like basically when he scored that their goal against Liverpool Anfield, basically the way he just the swagger about him, he just pushed your boy out of the way, and basically he has that just sort of big size about him, and to me that's what Giakoumakis is. He has the same sort of structure, you know what I mean, and the same sort of style of play.
Yeah, he is. He is a great player. As I say, he's got that side of his game. He knows where the net is, but he needs more and more game time. It was just a pity. He was getting on a roll there, and he got that injury. But he's sitting on the bench today. I'm sorry he's not starting today, because I think Kyogo, he will come good, but I think he's maybe just too lightweight at the minute, because he's thinking, I don't want to get injured again.
Yeah, and I think obviously that we're sort of at the business end of the season today. This match is so important. I honestly think that should have went with Giakoumakis as well, like just sort of needing that sort of physicality up front, like for this game. Because obviously they're going to be all out today, basically just tackled, flying and all. I mean, and you probably see they just see Kyogo as we're going to break this wee man today, like.
Yeah, I think the will melt out Kyogo for a bit of rough treatment. But today we're on our own patch. Like this thing Camden Park we're playing in. That game to me was a bit of a joke refereeing ways. But it goes to show you when they interviewed Ange about it, Ange just swept it to the side and went, we were beat and moved on. That's how classy Ange is. But me, I'm not as classy as him. I give off about it because I think, you know what I mean, the 12th man was in place for Rangers that day. Lundstrom should have been off 2 or 3 times.
Oh, big time, yeah. But obviously, the day when talking about refs, the ref that's going to be taking charge today wouldn't be our first choice either, like.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we're on our home patch today because any decision will be met with absolute noise. So I think Beaton's going to have to up his game today. and he's in front of the world.
Media.
There's so much interest in this game today. So
Something that hasn't really been mentioned a lot over from it was announced there last week is obviously once the World Cup finishes, VAR is going to be coming in Scotland next season, probably midway through the season. What do you think about that there? Like, what's your thoughts on the VAR? As I know, like you look at England where it's been in, and it's been laughable at times. Like you're going, what's the point in having this whole meant to be big new? Like there's no mistakes can be made, and you look at every single week in the Premier League, there's blatant mistakes, and you're going, and VAR, how can VAR not pick that up? Like.
Yeah, you've seen the mistakes in England. Some of the stuff's jaw dropping. I think who's been on 2 bad VARs? Aston Villa. They've been on, and if Aston Villa happen to go down this season, I can see them taking legal action. There was a goal that was disallowed for them, and one that was given against them where it shouldn't have been allowed. But when it comes to Scotland, there's one thing you're guaranteed: it's going to be an absolute disaster. Because Scotland never do anything right when it comes to stuff like this. And it'll be interesting who they put in front of the screens to review these decisions.
That's the thing. It's all right bringing VAR in, but it's the people who is going to be in front of them. And you're going to have the likes of Bobby Madden and John Beaton and all these other boys. And they're there behind a screen, so they can't even be able to be challenged. I mean, that's the thing.
I know it'll be very, very interesting to see what the setup's going to be. And isn't it an absolute joke that we're made to pay for the most of it? And yet again, the person second on the list didn't want to pay anything, and they voted against it. So
I know. So obviously, Tony, hopefully if everything goes to plan today, we'll win this 9 points clear, right? And obviously it would take an absolute miracle for us not to win the league, right? Providing, I think even if we don't win today, I still think it'd be a miracle for us not to win it. Like, so hopefully we do, fingers crossed, get into the Champions League group stages next year. Obviously, providing that Villarreal don't beat Liverpool and then go and win the final. It's always been a bit of the last few seasons in Europe have been a bit of a disaster. So but obviously this is going to be Ange's sort of first proper get into a European sort of competition, and obviously now without having to go into these bloody crazy early qualifying stages of the Champions League, which I think it just kills us every time because they're so early. What do you think is needed going into Europe for next season if we do go into the group stages of the Champions League at the start?
Yeah, I think more we need to sort our defence out getting into Europe. We need to, read our luck a wee bit more in Europe too. I think sometimes you can set a team up to try and be entertaining. I look at other teams in Europe that punch above their weight, and they ain't entertaining. It's about being solid and going out, putting it in their mind that we're out here to play for a draw, and that's what we should be doing. Sometimes in these, because we go gun-ho into games, like we try to go toe-to-toe with Barcelona under Rodgers, we try to do it with Paris Saint-Germain, and we end up getting absolutely pumped. So I think, get our defence sorted out. Cardiff Vickers get his signed up. I don't know what the crack is going to be with Julian, and we're going to get him back to full fitness, because I reckon he's still a great player.
Well, what do you think the crack is with Julian? But because he was obviously it was all thing. He's fit, he's back, and then he get in and played, and then we haven't seen or heard of him since then. Do you think is he injured again, or do you think is Alan just not fancy him, or what do you think?
I believe Hans doesn't fancy him, because there were stages there that he was on the bench, and with games comfortably wrapped up, and he hasn't used them. So so behind the scenes, something tells me that maybe he's not Hans' type of player.
Yeah, because obviously you sort of the way Celtic do play it from the back. As you said there, like, but sometimes Joe Hart's gives you bloody kittens like when he touches the ball. I think that's anything I watch well, and you just go yourself. No. And sometimes you just want to fucking boot it up in the rose head. But no.
Booting it. Look how many times that Joe Hart from the back has lost the ball forward, and we have scored from it. Yeah. He should do it more often, in my opinion. But you know who I want to give a big shout out to? Anthony Ralston. For me.
Phenomenal, mate. Yes, definitely. Yep.
He should be awarded player of the season for me, because see that 97th minute winner, that is the day that we as a team gelled together.
Yep.
You know, and made well, it was a season winner.
Oh, of course, yeah. I think obviously at the start, whenever we were sort of talking about it, we're going like, Jesus, we've no right back at all. It looks like it's going to be Anthony Ralston. And everybody's going, what? He's a bomb scorer and all this here. And like he obviously came in and they give him a new contract. And like obviously, but obviously before Juranovic came in, he was basically like being talked about. No, he's going to keep Juranovic out of the team. He's our solid right back. Like everybody, like I don't understand anybody that has give him flack from each member of the team. Like he's just been this season definitely has to be up there with player of the season. Like
he's a cracking lad. Didn't cost us any money. He's one of our homegrown players. He put his head under a bus for us. You could see him in games. You could see that he's running on empty at times, but still giving 100%. He's just, you know what I mean? There was people slating him at all when we were doing the Celtic Crack show, and I didn't like it. You know what I mean? Because I could see the effort that lad was putting in. May not be the most gifted footballer in the world, but as I say, we put his head under the bus for us. He's brilliant, absolutely brilliant, the lad.
Definitely. So listen, Tony, we're going to have Keith coming on as well in the next 10 minutes, so I'll get him on before we showed up. So obviously, you must be gutted. You're normally the first one on the boat or the plane, be heading off to this game. And you were saying to me last night, obviously, your two kids are away to the games they are, and you're stuck at home here, so you must be raging, are you, like?
Absolutely raging. This morning, I'm feeling it now. When I got up this morning, I went, I should be in Glasgow. But listen, our trouble does stuff to you like this. And you know what I mean? There's a big bill sitting for me. So I have to stay here and get it sorted out instead of shelving out money. But
that's it.
But I'll enjoy it at home, bro. I will.
Well, listen, we're going to do a song here. Actually, one of the you had sent me a load of Celtic songs around last year in a folder, and actually somebody asked for this one, John Boy McElhenney, so we're going to play a song here. We'll do it for you, Tony. 67 by the Quadrophenians. So this, you like this one. So we'll do this one for you, Tony, and hopefully we're going to be celebrating a result this afternoon and a league win.
Yeah, the wee show's looking brilliant, bro.
Like, see you say there, there's just condescending. You say there the wee show, Tony.
Okay.
That you annoyed me there, like you did, like. Fuck's sake.
The other lad caught his the wee show as well. No, him, it's on that Radio Ulster.
Fuck him. Don't be mentioning that man's name, my wee show. Right, listen, here we go. So Tony, cheers, Mucker, and I'll talk to you during the week, alright?
See you later.
Alright, cheers, mate. There we go. That was Tony Coleman. Obviously having a wee bit of internet trouble there, which is surprising. But then again, Virgin Media, with their crappy internet in West Belfast, has a lot to answer for. Right, so for Tony, we'll do this one for you, and for John Boy McElhenney, who asked for it, this is the Quadrophenians with 67.
Sun, and until thought they had it won. seven. And the heat of Lisbon, the first game in the thousands to see the boy become champion. 67. And the heat of Lisbon, the first game in the thousands to see the boy become champions. Attack, 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 attack. Old science face seven. And the heat of Lisbon, the first game in the thousands to see the boat become champions. 67. And the heat of Lisbon, the first game in the thousands to see the boat become champions. Oh, 67. And the heat of Lisbon, the first game in the thousands to see the boat become champions. Cheers. Cheers.
There we go. So the Quadrophenians are for you with 67. We'll do one especially for Tony Coleman there, who was just on the show, and John Boy McElhenney as well, who asked for it in the comments earlier on. Right, for another half an hour, folks, to go here for you. We'll also have another guest lined up before we finish up. Keith Corcoran from the Come On the Hoop Celtic. It's going to be on very, very soon. I think Keith has actually just joined us now, so we'll see and get him on. So, folks, this is the big Glasgow Derby preview. So it is today. With myself, Ro. Normally we're all here 1 to 4 every Sunday with a Rebel Sunday show, but obviously today we're here a bit earlier because the game's kicking off in a half an hour, so we're obviously doing things a wee bit differently this afternoon to our. So right, let's see, we'll just get Keith on here. Let's get rid of this. 30 seconds. This already. There we go. Well, Keith, you're travelling, are you? Were you heading to the Potter Browns?
I'm on the way to Brownies, yeah.
Jesus Christ, he's on the move and he's travelling to the match for us. Happy days.
Last minute, one of my mates decided to come up from Glasgow last minute to pop over for the atmosphere and see what it's like over here.
It's going to be some crack up in Potter Browns today, so it is. And yeah, just what we were talking there, big shout out to Aidan, folks, who's had to cancel the Battlefest 3. Was obviously gutted about. Really was looking forward to hosting both the nights, but the City West Hotel is going to be taking in these Ukrainian refugees. So the hotel's going to be closing. So big shout out to Aidan. Sure, he'll come back bigger and stronger next year with another event. So he will. So listen, Keith, cheers for coming on. You've had me on your show a couple of times. So you have. So. I'm trying to get you on a few times. You've been shying off. So I'm glad you're actually.
Here I am with the job, Maxie.
So, folks, you all know the page, the massive following it has on Facebook and YouTube and all. Come On the Hoop Celtic. So this is Keith from Dublin who runs the show. And here, I'm sure you'll want to have a big shout out to Keith, Kaylee Taylor for last night, the fellow Dub.
Oh, what a fight! What a fight!
Did you stay and watch it? Did you stay up?
Instead of watch a few rounds, I'll be honest with you, I was kind of looking at the time. I was like, look, I'm after having a few rounds. I need to get to bed and freshen myself up for tomorrow. That's what I was looking at. As much as we all love Katie Taylor, but what a remarkable career she's at having, like unstoppable.
Oh, I think that definitely, and you'd think if she had been a male fighter, like obviously RT and all these other broadcasters would have been all over it. That have been like that had Katie Taylor on the news 24/7 for the last week. I mean, for what she has done, like there should be a statue of her on top of the GPO. Honestly, to me,
100%.
She is the greatest Irish sports person of all time, without doubt.
100%, definitely. Are you nervous, bro? Nervous?
Well, so back to the match, mate. Sort of like, actually, I'm not as nervous as I sort of was for the cup final, but I sort of spoke to the two Tonys. The cup final, it's the cup match is a different. It's all form all goes out the window. It's a cup game. Do you know what I mean? Anything that's happened before just goes. It's nothing to do with it. It's a one-off match. But I'm actually quite confident today. But then again, when I seen the team sheet and I see Kyogo started, I was sort of like, I would have preferred
Tokyo
Gigi.
Drift, Need for Speeds. The two boys on the way, the two boys pushing up. We're gonna get literally poor Tavernier is gonna be literally traumatized with the pace.
Are you gonna patent that there, Tokyo Drift? Are you?
Tokyo Drift, the two boys.
There we go. Yeah. So, are you all for Kyogo starting the day in the head of Giacomakis?
I wanted physicality. I wanted Giacomakis, but look, I understand Giacomakis was missing for the cup game, and which we missed him big time. But you know what, Kyogo, let's come back in. Getting the goal last weekend, bit of form. You know, hope he can get the 20-goal mark. I could fancy him scoring today, Ro. Really believe he's going to score today. I think it's going to be a header as well.
Well, hopefully. I mean, see for the even the way he jumped up there the other day to score the other night, like a salmon, like for the size of the wee man, like he can fairly jump up in the box. We can.
That's it. You'll see that big flop of hair just keep banging onto me.
Yeah, obviously. We've talked to the other lads, and I had to mention to you as well about Ange when we come in, and obviously you've well documented.
That's my dad. That is. So we were in Padder Browns for the semi final, right? And they just kept screaming at the telly, "That's my dad! That's my dad!"
That's your dad.
Everybody loves him. Everybody just loves Ange.
What obviously. I can sort of pig back and look at the first video you put out whenever it was talked about him coming in, and I think like a lot of Celtic fans were all sort of like, who is this guy? But then I think obviously there's so much stuff there, documentaries about him, videos about him, and obviously everybody was all just going on the overload and watching all these videos. And I think for me, when I watched that one there, the making of Ange, the Australian one they put out,
brilliant.
I just went
the Australian one, like the national team one.
Yeah, I was just like, this man here. See when I seen the interview that he done the ex-Australian footballer when he was the Australian youth coach, so he was, and basically your man was basically it was Foster or something you called him, Craig Foster. Yeah, and basically he was ripping the piss and trying to get into his zane live on air or whatever, and he just kept going like no, trying to get his voice across, and like it's exactly what the way he speaks to the Scottish media now. So what have you made of him from his command?
I think they've taken a step back since the new year, since we actually went top of the table. They still ask stupid questions, but and you could see the step he's real cash with, obviously with the fan media as well. He's just honest as he is, and he has said it so many times. Like, you've asked me this question 2 weeks ago, I'm gonna get the same answer.
Exactly. So for you personally, then Keith, what have you? What's your sort of assertion of him from he's come in deny?
I'm just fear that he won't get the back in the summer, even if we win. Obviously, we win the league, go into the Champions League. I just want to see ambition from the club. Where I know this the last few windows, you've got a few good players in. There's a few duds in there as well, like the likes of McCarthy and stuff. But he's been unbelievable. I have to say, I just think he's that type of good manager that we have to be worrying that English Premier League clubs are going to be looking at him because he's a good personality. He's good with the media. He's seen the rebuild he's done at Celtic. Who would have thought in the summer, me and you last season were literally dreading talking on podcasts how bad things were, and now we're literally on the verge of winning that title back. It's remarkable. It gives you the butterflies in the stomach.
Did you think that he would have achieved what he has done in this time?
100%. I thought season 2. I would have, be honest with you, I predicted say a 10 back. I was like, if we just get that, close the gap, even get into a cup final, beat them once or twice this season, that would have been a rebuild. But to get where we are now is just absolutely unbelievable. It's like winning the Euro Millions, mate. The fans, the buzz. I was over at Celtic Park on Friday for a day visit, and I met the girls' team, and just the buzz around the place. Like, everyone's in great form, man. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, it's just for me, it's like, and anytime you watch any of the documentaries or people spoke, it's always season 3 for him. Basically, his whole mentality was basically
Star Wars trilogy. Or does.
What?
Sounds like a Star Wars trilogy.
yeah, season 3. But I mean, but in his sort of whole structure, anywhere he's went, it's always been straight in. Start. There's going to be some dodgy results. Take a few Haydens, whatever. He's come in the season 2, finally gets his own team in, gets the style of play, and then only by the 3rd season of the contract, whatever it is, he's winning leagues. But it's looking like now. Do you think maybe it's just the quality of the Scottish League?
I just think we started our way from this season. Obviously the derbies, we won 2 derbies, lost one today. Obviously it's the final one of the season. It's just the character of the team. I be honest with you, I know people are going to probably be controversial. I think the team are a bit burnt out though, especially when it comes to second half of games. I find in certain games this season, we're going out there, we're literally blowing teams away in the first half,
Yeah.
and then we're struggling in the second half in some games.
Yeah, well, that's the because of the style of play. I think. I mean, when you see his whole thing is, "Well, don't stop." I think that's the whole thing this year. That was the saying, "We don't stop." Obviously, whenever like you seen, I think it was his first couple of training sessions, he was mic'd up, and you hear him busy telling the players, "Well, don't stop." Busy stop at half time, stop at full time, but we don't stop during the match. And you think this season, so many games. You look at the goal Ralston scored. I mean, when Tony said 97 minute, the one Abada scored. Abada, busy. That their game for me there was the one that got us where we are now. If we had lost that match there, it might have put us too far behind. You know what I mean? But to me, that him scoring that goal there just sort of set the whole thing off for where we are now. Like,
I'm just worried that, you know, obviously in the pipeline he's gone back to Australia for these friendlies, but we need to know what the contract term is. We need to back him into summer, give him a key that he's never Celtic manager had before. Because modern day football, price and value of players, some of them are overrated. But look, I'm a man of the world. I think Carter Vickers, if it's 10 million, pay a man. It's consistency we need.
But
we want people out there.
Can you really see Celtic paying 10 million for a player like?
Well, look, I'm going to make money off the Christie promotion. Bournemouth, we're going to make money. Hopefully, if Dembele goes, Musa goes, you know, you never know with Tierney as well. Like, there's money there, and we're still due back 4 million as well off Brentford for them staying up for the IR incentive.
Yeah.
So there's money to be brought in on top of selling the duds as well. So hopefully.
Do you think there's a more chance of getting Carter Vickers signed up than there is of Jota?
100%, Rob. 100%. I think Jota, obviously, he's a fancy player, showboat, but his family is obviously in Lisbon. He went back to Lisbon to assess his injury and stuff like that. I just think he's phenomenal last week, and form is temporary, but he will. I think it'd be more of a kind of end of the summer to get Jota. I don't think he's going to come in straight away. I think we will fight against other clubs to get him.
Yeah, right. So listen, obviously, give us a wee what do you reckon for the day? Then what's your
2-1? Rangers score first, and Matt O'Reilly the score, and Kyogo with the winner.
Matt O'Reilly the score, mate.
Yeah.
Right, are you heading into the bar now, mate? Then so this, right? Listen,
that's it.
Jesus. Is he in there? Is he standing inside? Is he?
I don't know.
Listen here, Keith. I'll let you go, Rick, because we're going to try and fit a few more songs on before we finish up. Let you can get a pint and get a table. All right, then.
No problem at all,
mate. Enjoy the match today. Good luck. All right, talk later on.
Cheers, Rob. Pleasure having you.
Hello, folks. That was Keith Corcoran there from Come On the Hook Celtic as well. Yeah, great to have Keith on as well. Say I've been on Keith's podcast a couple of times, so it's great to finally get him on mine, get his views. There you go, live on the move. So he is just hitting the Potter Browns now. So right here we're going to try and fit it. We'll have another 20 minutes here before kick-off, so we'll try and fit a few more songs. This time we're going to do Johnny Mac and the Faithfuls with 4 Leaf Clover.
such a joy for us to see. For to play football.
There you go. So the Johnny Mac and the Faithfuls are folks with a 4-leaf clover. Just have watching the thing in front of me here, the match in front of me now, so the build up. Folks definitely getting jitters now. So this is the big Glasgow Derby preview, folks, on the Rebel podcast with myself, Ro. So cheers to everyone who's tuned in this afternoon, folks. We'll have a few more songs to go. Cheers to the two Tonys, Tony Weightloss, Tony Coleman, and Keith Corcoran as well, our three guests today. Some great senior insights into the show. Folks, cheers to everyone who's given us a wee donation during the show today. Wasn't really, we'll just get kicked off Facebook there now, so we'll just start on our Facebook stream now. Just for the last 15 minutes for you, we'll bring it in. Just seen there, we lost a few people. I was wondering why. But yep, so that's the new Facebook that's just started there now, so it is. Right, so say, folks, we'll have got 6 tickets to give away today, right, for this event here. So it's taking place this Friday, folks, in the Beehive Bar. Gary Oak, okay, Matt O'Reilly and myself, DJ Rowe, folks, I'm going to be playing for you. So I'll have 3 pairs of tickets, right? So listen in. So only be given the question, and folks will get the answer if you're going to be able to go. If you're going to be in West Belfast this Friday, folks, I don't want to give them away to somebody that's not going to be here, and then you're trying to get the names and all moved. And only answer this here if you're going to be in West Belfast on this Friday. So this here Friday, the 6th of May, the Beehive Bar. So we'll have 6 tickets to give away, so that's 3 sets of 2 tickets. So here's the question, right? So to win yourself a pair of tickets for Gary Oak this Friday at the Beehive Bar with Matt O'Reilly and myself, Ro. Please tell me this here. Which club did Ange Postecoglou sign from? What was his last club before he came to Celtic? So what was Ange's last club before he came to Celtic? To win yourself a set of tickets for the Gary O gig. So I say, whoever comes up my screen first, okay, and say that's who the winners are going to be, and only enter, folks, if you're going to be in West Belfast this Friday. Okay, so if you're in Scotland or Dublin or wherever it is, and you're not going to be here, let's try and get somebody to win them that's going to be here. So that's the question. What club did Ange Postecoglou come from? Before he came the Celtic. So with the come in, there's Josephine McVeigh on. Good morning from Philadelphia. Let's go Celtic indeed. So folks, the first winner is Jim McCaff. So it is. The next winner is Elaine Heaney. So Jim McCaff, you're the first winner of a set of tickets. There you go, for Gary Ogley, the Beehive Bar. The next winner is, there you go, Marty's Missus. There you go, Elaine, you're the next winner. So we'll have to give away one more set of tickets to give away. So whoever appears next on the screen with the winning answer is going to get yourself a set of tickets for Gary Oak live at the Beehive Bar this Friday. Tickets are a tenner, folks. If you don't want a set of tickets and you want to go, tickets are £10 and you can pay at the door so you can. So that's this Friday, the Beehive Bar in West Belfast. Gary Oak, Matt O'Reilly and myself, Ro, folks. There you go, Jim, not a problem, mate. So listen, anybody have one, just send me a wee PM, will you? The any of my pages, and I will get you sorted your name down for the... So there's still one there you go. And the next one is Stevie Holbrook. So Stevie, well done. So you won yourself as well 2 tickets. Two tickets. Stevie, you won yourself 2 tickets for the Gary O gig. So there's between yourself and Marty and Elaine, there's 4 tickets there to go this Friday to see Gary in West Belfast. So if you all just send me a wee PM just for your details, and then I can send it on to the guy Phil from the Behaviour. It's what we'll have left here, folks. Down the last, we're going to finish up a few more songs. So we'll do this one here. A few of you asked for something said so strong earlier on there. So again, just thinking of the legendary Terry Cruncher O'Neill. Cruncher is not doing too well in hospital at the minute, so isn't he's going through a bit of a bad patch health-wise. So Cruncher, we're thinking of you. So this is Bick Cruncher with something said so strong, and we'll do this one spicy for Terry Cruncher O'Neill.
the taller I become. The more that you take my rights away, the faster I will run. You can't deny me, you can't decide to turn your face away, no matter, 'cause there's something inside so strong. And I know that I can make it, 'cause you're doing me wrong, so wrong. I thought that my pride was gone, oh no. Something inside so strong, oh no. Something inside so strong. The more you're up, you still hear my voice, the louder I will sing. You hide behind your walls of Jericho, your life will come tumbling. Then I'm a blessing time, you squander wealth that's mine. My light will shine so brightly it will blind you. 'Cause there's something inside so strong. And I know that I can't make it, 'cause you're doing me wrong, so wrong. Thought that my pride was gone, no, no. Something inside so strong, something inside so strong, oh no, no, no. Something inside so strong. Brothers and sisters, when they insist we're just not good enough, but we know better, we'll just look him in the eyes and say, we're gonna do it anyway, we're gonna do it anyway, we're gonna do it anyway. 'Cause there's something inside so strong, I know that I can make it, 'cause you're doing me wrong, so wrong. Thought that my pride was gone, oh no. Something inside so strong, our day is coming. Something inside so strong, our day is coming. Something inside so strong, oh Jockey Arla. Something inside so strong.
There you go. Sound of Pick and Crunch Airfield. Something says so strong. And there's somebody asked for it on the stream, so don't know who it was, but that was for you. And again, just big shout out to Cruncher, good friend of mine, good friend of the show. And say health-wise right now he isn't doing too well, so we're all thinking, hoping and praying that he pulls through this here latest sort of spell of ill health. So all right, folks, well done to the three winners of the tickets for this Friday at the Beehive with Gary Oak. Folks, doors open at 8 o'clock. So you have Matt O'Reilly on starting things off, then Gary and myself to finish things off. It's £10 admission if any want to go. So well done to the winners. Stevie Holbrook, Elaine Heaney, and Jim McCaff. And definitely not a fix at all, folks. Just three very regular listeners of the show who up first with the answers. So well done to us. Doug Delaney says, real great show again. Okay, I have to go here. Stay safe. Hail, hail. Let's see. Martin Keane, Bella Chow. You haven't got to play for the last song, mate, so you don't have to worry, Marty. Haven't played that one in a few weeks, so it's a cert to get us knocked off Facebook, but who cares? Don't care. Right, so what time are we on here? Kick-offs is fast approaching, folks. We're going to do two more songs for you, and that's going to finish off. So let's see who asked for this one here. Where is it? Let's see. Can you Valerie says, can I please play Mandela for Dara and Megan? And folks, just if you see me putting this here up. Hold on a second. Take that off. Where's the comments? See, right. Next Sunday show, folks. We're gonna have this guy on here. Have you seen? So if you don't know who he is, Joey Brecken. He is one of the legendary singers from the band Athenry, no longer going. I hear play a lot of Athenry stuff in the show. he is now based over in where is Bar 67? Is it in Gran Canaria? Is it? He's based over there now, so he's playing. But yeah, Joey Bracken's gonna be on the show next week. Plus next Sunday, folks, is actually the anniversary of the Lochgall ambush. So we're going to be doing a wee bit about the ambush and the Lochgall martyrs and all the volunteers who were ambushed by the SAS next Sunday, folks, so that'll be good to look in that there. So we're going to hopefully have a song as well next week that's never been played. It was a song was written about Lochgall. It's an old vinyl that I've been promised somebody's will get it to me. It's been never been played anywhere. Don't even know who's read it. So hopefully we'll have it on the show next week for you. So fingers crossed I get hold of that there this week and I can get it transferred on to an MP3. So right, so we'll do this here one for Dara and Megan. So this is we'll go to the Druids this time. So I just love the way Paddy Mangan sings this song. So it's Bar 67. Yep. So here we go. So it's in Porta del Carmen at Lanzarote. That's where Joey Bracken is placed over now. I know he's over in Glasgow this weekend for the game, but Joey will be on live in the show next Sunday, and we're going to talk all about the legendary band that was After the Rise. Here we go. This one is for Dara and Megan, and this is the Druids from their album Starry Play, and Paddy Mangan is a legend, and I just love the way he sings this song. It's the legend Mandela.
Went to see a legend just the other night at the Yankee Stadium underneath the lights. I heard a man speaking after years and years in jail. His name, it was Mandela, and he came to tell the tale. Well, the crowd, they cheered him loudly, but then the silence fell as he spoke about the hard years in a South African cell. Although he was free, his heart was feeling the pain, for his country and his people was still a part of the chain. He said he hoped that he would join them, and walk down freedom's path. And these roads would be the hardest, but they would be the last. And to join our hands together, so we might be as one, and to bring ourselves to the cause, so this war, it could be won. I went home to bed that evening, went to sleep and I had a dream. I was standing in the pouring rain in an Irish field of green, and all around the headstones were the martyrs of the past. Well, I stood there in silence, and they spoke to me at last. Kevin Barry is my name. I was tortured in the cell. They wanted the names of my comrades, but this I did not tell. And I am Roger Casement. I was hanged in London town for bringing German rifles to that lonely Bannostrand. James Conley is my name. The working people are my life. When they shot me down in Kilmainham jail with strife. And I am Padraig Pearse, I was shot down by the foe. I read a proclamation from the steps of the GPO. Now the last voice that I heard, he says my name is Bobby Sands. And it's good to hear Mandela's words ringing through the land. I want to hear them in Belfast, up in Derry and Tyrone. Oh, maybe then those English soldiers will know it's time to go home. Well, I woke up in the morning, I remember them all. And who would believe that they'd knock down that Berlin Wall? And now, said Mandela, oh, could this really be? Oh, maybe now we would see Ireland reunited and free. Yes, maybe now.
There we go. Son of the legend there from the Druids, Paddy Mangan, and he is a legend himself. Definitely, it'd be great to see him go doing a few gigs over the next few months with Clover. So look at folks. Let's see. There's Peter on again. Peter, I don't know if you missed a shout out or on. So big congratulations, mate, on the birth of the wee Baba, mate. Well done. To you and your missus. Afternoon, no, great version of The Legend by Paddy. Definitely is indeed. Megan Delaney, thanks, Ma. Love ya. Terry Crane, let's do this, boys. Right, folks, we're going to finish up for you. Not that we're not going to play the national anthem today or the Jackie Duddy song, as we haven't got time. So this is a bit of a stranger show today. We'll be back next week with a proper time from 1 to 4. Folks, we're going to wrap it up here with Bella Ciao, especially for Marty Kane. This is a cert to get us knocked off Facebook, but who gives a shite? Folks, thank you very much to everyone who's tuned in today, everyone that's sent me a donation. Cheers to Tony Coleman, Tony Weightloss, the Keith Corcoran, who has come on as my guest today. Cheers to all users who've shared the show, who've come on in the crack, asked for requests, blah, 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 out there. Look, John Terry, was he sitting with the Celtic scarf on? What's going on there? Listen, here we go, folks. This is the last one. Bella Ciao by the Wicks. Chucky Arla. Hopefully we'll be celebrating 3 big points. And folks, I'm down at the McKenna's bar. Here we go. As soon as the match finishes, folks, 2 o'clock, I'll be stood on the decks with all the big songs, all the Rebs, all the Celtic songs. So get yourselves down, folks. If you're about the town, I'll see you then. If not, I'll see you all next Sunday. And hopefully maybe I'll see a few at the Gary O gig as well on Friday night. And at the Beehive with myself, Gary O and Matt O'Reilly again. Big congrats to Jim McCaff, Elaine and Stevie as well, who have all won tickets to the gig. So see you all next week, folks. Hail, hail.
Una mattina mi sono svegliato, oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Una mattina mi sono svegliato e ho trovato l'invasore, un partigiano, portami via, oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Un partigiano, portami via, che mi sento di morire, e se io muoio da partigiano, oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. E se io muoio da partigiano, tu mi devi seppellire, e se io muoio da partigiano, tu mi devi seppellire.
Right, folks, going to wrap it up there. We're about to kick off, so that's us. I'll see you all next week. Joey Bracken live in the show. Thank you very much for everybody tuning in today. I'm out. Cheers. Thank you.